Welcome back to our channel. Today, we dive into the world of rare Monticello Jefferson nickels, the 5-cent silver coins that have captured the hearts of collectors around the world. These coins are not only a piece of American history, featuring Thomas Jefferson and his beloved Monticello estate, but they are also some of the most valuable coins in existence. From coins in uncirculated mint condition to rare variations and mint errors, certain Monticello nickels have reached astonishing market values, from thousands to millions of dollars today. Join us as we uncover the history, the unique features, and the astonishing value of these iconic United States coins. Stay tuned because by the end of this video, you might just be looking through your coin collection with new eyes. Let's get started. First up, the 1941 Monticello Jefferson nickel is a coin that holds a unique place in the history of United States currency, and this coin represents the enduring legacy of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States and author of the Declaration of Independence. The obverse side of the coin features a profile of Jefferson, facing left with a dignified expression, capturing the essence of his intellect and leadership, and the reverse side showcases Monticello, his beloved home in Virginia, a neoclassical architectural masterpiece that symbolizes Jefferson's vision for democracy and education. This particular 1941 issue carries no mint mark, indicating that it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, and coins from this period are especially prized by collectors for their historical significance and aesthetic appeal. The Jefferson nickel series was first introduced in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel, and the 1941 version continued the tradition of honoring one of America's founding fathers, while also reflecting the artistry and craftsmanship of mid-20th century coinage. The absence of a mint mark makes this coin a straightforward representation of the main Philadelphia production, and its fine condition ensures that the details of Jefferson's portrait and the intricate lines of Monticello remain visible. Despite the passage of more than 8 decades, the fine condition of this coin implies that it has seen some circulation, yet retains most of its defining features, a factor that significantly enhances its desirability among numismatists and investors. The historical context of 1941 adds another layer of fascination to this coin, as it was minted in a year when the United States was on the brink of entering the Second World War. The nation was experiencing profound social and economic changes, and coins like the Jefferson nickel served as everyday reminders of the ideals of freedom and governance that Jefferson championed. These coins circulated widely in commerce, from urban centers to rural towns, connecting Americans through the shared experience of currency, while simultaneously preserving a tangible link to the early history of the country. Collectors value the 1941 Jefferson nickel not only for its historical significance, but also for its composition, as it consists of an alloy of 75% copper and 25% nickel, a combination that gives the coin a distinctive silvery appearance and durability that has helped it survive over decades in various conditions. This alloy also means that coins from this period are resilient to wear and corrosion, allowing even circulated specimens in fine condition to retain their visual appeal and collectible value for generations of enthusiasts who seek both beauty and history in their collections. The Monticello design on the reverse side is emblematic of Jefferson's love of architecture and his commitment to education and civic responsibility. The detailed depiction of the home shows columns, windows, and a pediment in precise relief, capturing the neoclassical style that Jefferson admired and that continues to influence American architecture. To this day, the fine condition of the coin allows observers to appreciate these intricate details, which might be lost on coins in poorer states of preservation, making this 1941 nickel a small yet powerful window into Jefferson's world and vision for the young nation. In terms of market value, the 1941 Jefferson nickel, without a mint mark, in fine condition, typically commands prices ranging from a few dollars for casual collectors to higher sums for dedicated numismatists, depending on rarity, demand, and overall market trends. The coin is not considered extremely rare in comparison to other wartime or low mintage nickels, but its age, historical context, and well-preserved condition give it a collectible status that is sought after in auctions and private sales, making it an excellent addition to any American coin collection, whether for educational purposes, investment, or historical interest. Owning a 1941 Jefferson nickel allows collectors to connect with history on a personal level, as each coin carries the story of its creation and circulation through the United States. during a time of significant change, the journey of a coin from a Philadelphia minting press to the hands of everyday Americans, and finally to a modern collection, embodies a narrative of continuity and cultural heritage. The coin becomes more than a piece of metal. It transforms into a vessel of memory and a testament to the enduring influence of Thomas Jefferson on American identity and values. The artistry of the Jefferson nickel also highlights the evolution of coin design in the United States. The sculptor Felix Schlag, who created the original design, ensured that both sides of the coin were visually engaging and symbolically meaningful. The obverse portrait of Jefferson is carefully proportioned and realistic, while the reverse Monticello scene demonstrates skill in architectural depiction in relief. This dual focus on portraiture and landscape remains a hallmark of American coinage, and is particularly well represented in coins like the 1941 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark, whose fine condition allows for a clear appreciation of Schlag's artistic intent and technical proficiency. Collectors and historians alike appreciate that coins such as the 1941 Jefferson nickel serve as educational tools, as well as collectible items. By examining the coin, one can gain insight into mid-20th century minting technology, historical aesthetics, and the economic and cultural climate of the United States during a critical period. The nickel's continued popularity demonstrates the lasting appeal of combining history, artistry, and accessibility into a small, everyday object that continues to circulate in the imagination of those who value heritage and craftsmanship over generations of collectors and enthusiasts. Finally, the 1941 Monticello Jefferson nickel represents a unique intersection of history, artistry, and collectible value. It embodies the life and legacy of Thomas Jefferson, the architectural elegance of Monticello, the economic and cultural context of early 40s America, and the craftsmanship of American coinage in the 20th century. Owning such a coin allows enthusiasts to hold a tangible piece of history, to appreciate the design, and to connect with a time and place that continues to resonate in the collective memory of the United States. And as such, this coin remains a cherished and valuable item for collectors of all levels, from beginner hobbyists to serious numismatists seeking to preserve the legacy of one of America's most influential founding fathers. Next up, the Monticello Jefferson nickel 5-cent coin, minted in 1945 in the United States and bearing no mint mark, is a fascinating piece of American numismatic history that immediately captures the attention of collectors and history enthusiasts alike. As the world was emerging from the shadow of the Second World War, this particular nickel represents both a tangible connection to the past and a symbol of continuity in American coinage, with its iconic depiction of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and the graceful image of his beloved Monticello home on the reverse. This nickel from 1945 without a mint mark indicates that it was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, which during that period was central to meeting the nation's demand for coins, while also navigating the complex wartime economy, when metals were carefully allocated and nickels were particularly precious due to the need for copper and nickel in military manufacturing, making this coin a piece of living history that embodies the challenges and resourcefulness of the era. The design of the Jefferson nickel itself is a masterful work of art and symbolism created under the guidance of the United States Mint, with Monticello representing Jefferson's architectural ingenuity and intellectual legacy, while his portrait pays homage to his enduring influence on the nation's founding principles. Collectors are often drawn not only to the aesthetic appeal, but also to the historical resonance embedded in each coin, as they hold in their hands a fragment of American heritage. In old condition, the 1945 Monticello nickel shows signs of its journey through countless hands and pockets over decades, the patina, and where are a testament to its age and authenticity. And while it may lack the crispness of an uncirculated specimen, these characteristics often enhance the storytelling value of the coin, offering a window into everyday life in mid-20th century America, and reminding us that coins are more than currency, they are vessels of history. The rarity of this particular nickel without a mint mark stems from a combination of factors, including the mintage numbers and survival rate. Over the years, during the 1940s, millions of nickels were produced, but few have remained in collectible condition, making well-preserved examples highly sought after by numismatists, and the coin market values can fluctuate depending on demand, with some coins commanding prices in the hundreds of dollars and exceptionally well-preserved specimens potentially exceeding expectations in competitive auctions. Collectors and enthusiasts often appreciate the 1945 Jefferson nickel for its connection to the end of World War II and the transitional period in American society when soldiers returned home and the economy began to shift from wartime production to peacetime prosperity. Each nickel carries with it stories of that transformative era and serves as a reminder of resilience and change within the fabric of American history, enhancing its appeal both historically and financially. Understanding the history behind the coin also involves examining the composition, as 1945 nickels were primarily made of a copper-nickel alloy during a period when the wartime emergency had led to special compositions known as wartime nickels, which had slightly different metal content. And while the 1945 Philadelphia issue is not one of the wartime silver nickels, it remains connected to this fascinating chapter of coinage history and illustrates the continuous evolution of United States minting practices. For numismatic enthusiasts, the Monticello Jefferson nickel without a mint mark provides a rewarding experience in terms of both research and collection. The process of identifying subtle variations, the context of its minting, and the appreciation of its aesthetic and historical significance allows collectors to engage deeply with American history while also building a tangible portfolio that can appreciate in value over time, serving both as a hobby and an investment. The market value of a 1945 Jefferson nickel in old condition today varies depending on factors such as condition, rarity, and collector interest. Typically, these coins may sell for a modest amount reflecting their circulated state, but as interest in World War II-era collectibles grows, certain well-preserved examples can fetch significantly higher prices in specialized auctions, emphasizing the enduring appeal and collectible nature of this coin within the numismatic community. Finally, the 1945 Monticello Jefferson nickel, without a mint mark, is not just a small piece of metal, but a symbol of American history, art, and culture. It bridges the past with the present and offers a unique opportunity for collectors and historians alike to connect with the story of Thomas Jefferson Monticello and mid-20th century America, inspiring curiosity and appreciation for the craftsmanship and historical narrative encapsulated in this humble yet remarkable coin. Next up, the 1946 Monticello Jefferson nickel is a remarkable coin in the history of United States currency, as it carries the legacy of one of the founding fathers and the third President, Thomas Jefferson. And this particular coin is especially significant because it was minted just after the end of the Second World War, at a time when the United States was transitioning back to peacetime production and coinage materials, and the absence of a mint mark indicates that it was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, which was the primary facility producing coins for general circulation in the post-war period, and collectors and enthusiasts have long valued this coin for its historical significance and for the beauty of its design, which features Jefferson on the obverse side with a dignified portrait facing left, and the reverse side depicting his beloved Monticello estate, a neoclassical masterpiece which symbolizes his architectural vision and his contributions to the young nation. The 1946 Jefferson nickel is composed of a copper-nickel alloy containing 75% copper and 25% nickel, and it weighs approximately 5 grams, with a diameter of 21.2 millimeters and a thickness of 1.95 millimeters, and it retains the same specifications as the pre-war nickels, but it carries the post-war charm and historical resonance that makes it attractive to both casual collectors and serious numismatists, and its smooth edges and detailed features show the craftsmanship of the United States Mint and the careful attention to quality in the immediate post-war period, which adds to its collectability and aesthetic appeal. During the year 1946, the United States was experiencing a period of economic growth and social change, and the coins of this era reflect the optimism and resilience of the nation, and the Jefferson nickel was a practical yet elegant form of currency used by millions of Americans every day for commerce and savings, and today holding a 1946 Jefferson nickel is like holding a small piece of history, a tangible connection to the mid-20th century and to a time when the world was rebuilding and America was asserting itself as a global leader. And this coin also represents the enduring influence of Thomas Jefferson, whose vision shaped the principles of the nation. Collectors often pay close attention to the condition of the 1946 Jefferson nickel, and in good condition, which shows moderate, where on the high points and clear details on both the obverse and reverse sides. This coin is particularly desirable because it retains the recognizable features of Jefferson and Monticello, while showing evidence of circulation that tells a story of its everyday use, and a coin in good condition from this year is typically more affordable than one in uncirculated condition, but it still holds significant value for collectors and can serve as the foundation for a broader collection of Jefferson nickels spanning multiple decades and mints. The historical context of the 1946 nickel is enriched by the fact that it was produced immediately following the wartime years, when the United States Mint had used a silver alloy for nickels from 1942 to 1945 due to wartime metal conservation, and the return to the standard copper-nickel composition in 1946 marked the end of the war nickel era and the resumption of traditional minting practices, and for coin enthusiasts this transition is important because it distinguishes post-war nickels from their wartime counterparts and reflects changes in American society and economy as the country shifted from war production to peacetime prosperity. Today, the market value of a 1946 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark in good condition can vary depending on demand and availability, and while it is not considered one of the rarest Jefferson nickels, it still commands interest from collectors who specialize in mid-20th century coins, and its value in dollars typically ranges from a few dollars to around $10 for coins in solid good condition. And coins with exceptional eye appeal or historical provenance may fetch higher prices. And for those seeking to invest in numismatics, the 1946 nickel represents an accessible and historically rich option that bridges everyday circulation coins with collectible rarities. The design of the Jefferson nickel is itself a subject of admiration, with the obverse portrait by Felix Schlag capturing the thoughtful expression and intellectual depth of Thomas Jefferson, and the reverse depiction of Monticello includes architectural details such as columns, doors, windows, and rooflines that showcase the neoclassical style and the meticulous engraving work, and the coin reflects a combination of artistry and functionality that has made the Jefferson nickel a beloved series for generations, and collectors often study the variations in the lettering and details to identify subtle differences that can increase the coin's value and interest. In the broader context of United States coinage, the 1946 Jefferson nickel serves as a bridge between the wartime nickels and the modern series, and it demonstrates the continuity of design and the enduring respect for the nation's founding fathers and their ideals. And for those creating educational content for YouTube, the story of the 1946 nickel provides a rich narrative combining history, art, and economics, and collectors' stories, and the personal connection to currency that people once used every day, and by highlighting these aspects of video can engage viewers with both visual appeal and informative content, creating a compelling presentation that resonates with history enthusiasts and numismatists alike. For anyone interested in building a Jefferson nickel collection, the 1946 issue is an essential edition, and it offers insight into the post-war era, the craftsmanship of the United States Mint, and the cultural significance of Thomas Jefferson and Monticello, and it also allows collectors to appreciate the evolution of coinage materials and design, and the ways in which coins can reflect historical events, social changes, and economic developments, and by studying coins like the 1946 nickel, viewers can gain a deeper appreciation for the stories embedded in everyday objects and the connections they create to the past. Finally, the 1946 Monticello Jefferson nickel, without a mint mark in good condition, is a coin that embodies history, art, and culture, and it is accessible to collectors of all levels, and it offers a fascinating glimpse into post-war America, the legacy of Thomas Jefferson, and the meticulous work of the United States Mint. And for YouTube content creators focusing on coins, it provides an opportunity to educate, entertain, and inspire viewers by exploring its design, historical context, and market value. And by presenting these details in a smooth narrative format, a video can capture the attention of viewers and encourage them to explore numismatics and appreciate the beauty and significance of coins like the 1946 Jefferson nickel. Next up, the 1956 Monticello Jefferson nickel is a fascinating coin in the long history of United States currency, and it represents an era when the country was slowly recovering from the post-war period, and Jefferson's profile continued to grace the obverse of the nickel, and his beloved Monticello home appeared on the reverse, giving collectors a glimpse into American history and architecture. And even though the coin you hold may be in rough condition, its story remains intact and telling the tale of the mid-20th century, and of the men who handled it in daily commerce, and of the mint that carefully crafted it for circulation, making it a small piece of history that fits in the palm of your hand. The Jefferson nickel was first introduced in 1938, and it replaced the Buffalo nickel, a coin beloved for its design, but the Monticello reverse was chosen to honor Thomas Jefferson's lifelong commitment to education and architecture, and his Monticello estate stands as a symbol of American innovation, and the 1956 coin continues that legacy with its classic and elegant design, and even without a mint mark. This coin was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, which was a central hub for coinage production. And every nickel from that year carries with it the story of the economy and society in which it was used, showing the connection between everyday life and national heritage. Collectors often seek out the 1956 Jefferson nickel for a number of reasons, including its age, rarity, and design, and while coins in mint state can fetch higher prices, even a nickel in rough condition has value because it represents a historical snapshot of the time, and the wear and tear tells a story of hands that held it, pockets that carried it, and transactions that shaped communities, and its lack of mint mark indicates. It came from the Philadelphia Mint, and Philadelphia coins from this period are highly sought after for their historical significance, making each nickel a tangible link to the past, and a piece of Americana that appeals to both casual collectors and numismatic experts alike. The value of a 1956 Jefferson nickel, without a mint mark in rough condition, can vary depending on the severity of the wear, but generally collectors can expect it to be worth several dollars to those who appreciate its historical significance and rarity, and this modest value reflects the widespread circulation of the coin in its time, and yet even a worn nickel can be a gateway into the world of coin collecting and an opportunity to explore the fascinating stories behind American currency. And the 1956 nickel is often used as a starting point for enthusiasts who want to understand coin grading and the nuances that separate one coin from another in terms of condition, rarity, and desirability. The design of the coin itself is a testament to American artistry, with Jefferson's profile on the obverse captured in detail, showing his calm, dignified expression, and on the reverse the Monticello home is rendered with architectural accuracy, allowing collectors to appreciate the intricate lines and historical elements embedded in the design, and this level of detail makes even a rough coin visually appealing and encourages a deeper study of both Jefferson's life and the symbolism chosen by the mint to honor one of the nation's founding fathers, and the Monticello design has endured for decades and remains one of the most recognizable symbols in numismatics. In addition to its design, the 1956 Jefferson nickel represents an era of American history characterized by post-war growth, social change, and cultural development, and coins from this time carry a sense of nostalgia for collectors who seek to connect with a simpler era, and the nickel itself circulated widely in everyday transactions and could be found in pockets, cash registers, and coin jars throughout the United States, providing a tangible connection between past generations and the present day. And owning one of these coins, even in rough condition, allows collectors to feel that connection and appreciate the journey of American coinage through time. The production of the 1956 Jefferson nickel, without a mint mark, was part of a larger series of nickels that were minted in the 1950s, a period when the United States Mint was expanding its capacity and experimenting with new designs and finishes, and the absence of a mint mark indicates Philadelphia as the source, which adds to the coin's historical interest, and collectors often study these details to understand patterns of mint production and distribution, and this knowledge enriches the experience of collecting and helps enthusiasts appreciate the intricacies of numismatic history and the efforts taken to preserve and catalog each coin produced during this era. Numismatists also note that the Jefferson nickel series is significant because it spans multiple decades and reflects changing artistic tastes and technological advancements in coin production, and the 1956 issue is a mid-century example that embodies the continuity and stability of American coinage in the post-war period, and even though it may not carry the high value of rarer mint errors or limited issues, it remains a collectible piece due to its historical context and enduring design, and every scratch, dent, or where mark tells a story of circulation and daily life, and adds character to the coin, enhancing its appeal to those who treasure history in tangible form. Collectors often use coins like the 1956 Jefferson nickel as educational tools to teach about American history, economics, and art, and the coin provides insight into Jefferson's legacy, the evolution of American currency, and the growth of the mint as an institution, and even a coin in rough condition can spark curiosity in young collectors or provide a reminder of past generations to older enthusiasts. And the simplicity of the nickel belies its significance as a medium that connects people to the broader narrative of American life and culture, and for this reason it remains a beloved piece among collectors and historians alike. When considering the market value of a 1956 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark in rough condition, collectors should understand that while it may not command high prices, it holds intrinsic value as a historical artifact and as a representation of American design and culture, and even today it can serve as a starting point for a coin collection or as a teaching tool for understanding the grading system and coin preservation, and its rough condition does not diminish the importance of the coin in the numismatic community, and owning such a piece allows collectors to maintain a physical link to the past and appreciate the enduring legacy of Jefferson and the Monticello design, which continues to be celebrated in American coinage and collecting. Finally, the 1956 Monticello Jefferson nickel, without a mint mark, remains a treasured item for those who value history, artistry, and connection to the past, and its presence in collections big or small reflects an appreciation for American heritage and the ongoing story of the coins that shaped everyday life. And even in rough condition, the nickel is a small yet powerful symbol of a nation's history of presidents, legacy, and the artistry of the United States Mint, and as collectors study it, preserve it, and display it, they participate in a tradition that honors the past and ensures that Jefferson's image and Monticello continue to inspire future generations of numismatists and history enthusiasts alike. Next up, the Monticello Jefferson nickel from the year 1975 is a remarkable piece of United States coinage that carries both historical significance and numismatic appeal, and this particular example, with a D mint mark indicating it was struck at the Denver Mint in uncirculated condition, represents a pristine snapshot of American currency during the mid-1970s, and collectors are always fascinated by coins that retain their original luster and sharpness, which makes this nickel a highly desirable item among enthusiasts of all levels. And the Jefferson nickel series itself was introduced in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel, and featuring the third president of the United States, Thomas Jefferson, on the obverse, and his iconic home Monticello on the reverse, offering a blend of history and artistry that captures the spirit of American heritage. The obverse design of the 1975 Jefferson nickel showcases a finely detailed portrait of Thomas Jefferson based on the famous sculpture by Felix Schlag, who won the design competition in the late 1930s, and it is remarkable how the contours of Jefferson's face and the textures of his hair have been preserved so well in this uncirculated specimen, allowing collectors to appreciate the skill of the engraver and the minting techniques of the 1970s, and the D mint mark positioned subtly on the coin signifies its origin from the Denver Mint, which was one of the major mints responsible for producing high-quality coinage that would circulate across the country, while some examples were saved by collectors in pristine condition, ensuring their survival decades later. Turning the coin over, the reverse side reveals Monticello, the stately Virginia home designed by Jefferson himself, and its architectural details are rendered with precision and elegance, highlighting the neoclassical influence that Jefferson admired, and the D mint mark on this side further authenticates its production and adds to its numismatic value, and in uncirculated condition, the intricate lines of Monticello's columns and the delicate depiction of the roof and windows remain crisp and free, which makes this coin a perfect representation of the mint's craftsmanship during this period, and collectors often seek out these uncirculated examples to complete Jefferson nickel collections or to preserve a piece of history that has remained virtually untouched since leaving the mint. The year 1975 was part of a transitional period for United States coinage when inflationary pressures and changing economic conditions influenced the demand for coins, and the Jefferson nickel continued to serve as a reliable 5-cent piece for everyday transactions. And while millions of these coins were produced, the survival of uncirculated examples with the D mint mark makes them stand out as rare and valuable items in today's market, and numismatic guides and auction records indicate that such coins can command a premium, especially when the surfaces retain full mint luster and lack any handling marks or imperfections, which is a testament to careful storage and appreciation by generations of collectors. Collectors are particularly interested in the history behind Jefferson nickels because they tell a story about the evolving United States Mint and its commitment to producing coins that are both functional and artistic, and the 1975 D nickel falls into a category of coins that bridge the traditional designs of mid-20th century America with the growing interest in coin collecting as a hobby and investment. and understanding the context in which these coins were produced enhances their appeal and allows enthusiasts to connect with a tangible piece of history that reflects the culture and economy of the 1970s in the United States. In terms of market value, the 1975 D. Jefferson nickel, in uncirculated condition, is considered a moderately rare coin, and current price estimates suggest that it can range from several dollars to upwards of $20, depending on the quality of the strike and the preservation of its luster, and coins graded by professional services, such as PCGS or NGC, often fetch higher premiums due to the assurance of authenticity and the official grading of their condition, and for collectors who appreciate the historical significance and the aesthetic appeal of the coin. This makes it an attractive addition to any collection and a symbol of the enduring legacy of Thomas Jefferson on American currency. The Jefferson nickel series itself has a rich history that extends beyond 1975, with the original design conceived in the 1930s as part of a broader effort to modernize coinage and replace older designs, while celebrating notable figures in American history and Monticello, as the reverse design provides a visual representation of Jefferson's intellectual and architectural contributions, and the continuity of this design for decades reinforces the cultural importance of the coin, and the decision to preserve Jefferson's image and home on the nickel demonstrates the mint's commitment to historical recognition and the artistry involved in coin production. Uncirculated coins like the 1975 D. Jefferson nickel are highly sought after because they offer collectors the chance to own a piece of history that has not been diminished by daily handling or circulation, and the appeal of these coins goes beyond monetary value, as they represent a tangible link to the past and an opportunity to appreciate the quality and detail achieved by the United States Mint at the time. And enthusiasts often marvel at the brilliance of the metal surface, the sharpness of the engraving, and the way light interacts with the raised designs, giving the coin a dynamic and almost living presence in the hand. Numismatists often emphasize the importance of proper storage and handling of uncirculated coins to maintain their value and luster, and the 1975 D. Jefferson nickel is no exception, as exposure to air, humidity, or improper cleaning can easily diminish its appeal and market value, and collectors typically use coin holders capsules or albums to ensure that these rare coins remain protected and continue to convey the story of American coinage to future generations in the same pristine condition as when they first left the mint. The historical background of the Jefferson nickel, including the 1975 D mint mark variety, reflects the broader trends in American numismatics, including the emphasis on design continuity, historical representation, and the careful balance between production efficiency and artistic quality. And owning such a coin allows collectors and history enthusiasts alike to connect with the mid-20th century United States through a small but powerful artifact, and the uncirculated condition enhances this connection, making it not only a collector's item, but a piece of living history that embodies the enduring legacy of Thomas Jefferson and the skill of the mint during a pivotal era in American coinage. In conclusion, the 1975 D. Monticello Jefferson nickel, in uncirculated condition, represents a fascinating blend of history, artistry, and numismatic value, and it appeals to collectors not only for its rarity and preservation, but also for the story it tells about the United States Mint and the enduring legacy of one of the nation's founding fathers, and whether kept as a personal treasure displayed as part of a collection or studied for its historical significance. This coin continues to captivate the imagination of coin enthusiasts around the world and remains a cherished example of American currency that has survived decades in remarkable condition. Thanks for watching.